Okay. From now on, my mother and I have felt suicidal now almost every day, ever for 2 years, for a year, ever since the video came out, the false allegation. Now, my mother and I have felt suicidal all this time. The Timmins police cop says to my mother and I in South Porcupine, they claim that we're not suicidal, that we're just trying to get the videos down. Well, if that's how you feel, why should I even tell you why I'm suicidal? It's like saying, you better kill yourself or you're going to get charged because we got proof that you weren't. Timmins is a small town. It's not Toronto. Maybe they just got their crisis worker that goes with the police. When I was in Hamilton, they had a story that was published that talked about that. The Timmins police are now going to be with the crisis team. Okay, and it looks good. But if someone has mental health, PTSD, and they're feeling suicidal on a regular basis and they never kill themselves, don't turn around and charge them. Someone would say, no, you won't get charged if you don't kill yourself. If you called the crisis line and you said, I call here now, and I've been calling here for the past 2 years, always saying that I'm suicidal, always saying that I have a plan, always having the cops come here, and I've been doing this now for 2 years, almost every day on a daily basis, and the cops always have to come here. Am I going to get charged if I don't kill myself? You would think, you're not going to get charged if you don't kill yourself. We're here to help you. But they can charge you. They could turn it around and say, well, you weren't suicidal, and the proof is that you didn't kill yourself. You're being charged with something that holds you responsible for that. But meanwhile, you were suicidal because imagine you had it worse, like your friend Jeffrey in Sudbury who had paranoid schizophrenic. Imagine that. And they turn it around and say, you're being charged. Because you've been saying you're suicidal for 2 years and you haven't killed yourself yet. That's proof that you're not suicidal, that you're just trying to get the videos down. Just assume, instead of say the fact. You're suicidal and you're trying to get the videos down. They don't want to say it like that, eh, Mom? They don't want to say you're suicidal, eh? And you're trying to get the videos down? And tell the truth and say, we're not going to help. It's not a serious enough crime. And then take off with their car, their vehicle. They can't take responsibility and accept it like that. They can't come on the scene and say, you're suicidal, eh? And you're trying to get the videos down? We're not helping. It's not a serious enough crime. No, instead, they got to find a way to charge somebody. They can't take responsibility and charge the person who's making the videos. So they turn around and they look at me and my mother and they say, well, we could charge you. And this is a case they come up with, but it's fraud on their behalf if they ever did this to anybody. It's fraud. If they turn around and say, well, you know how you haven't committed suicide and you have us come all the time for the past 2 years? You haven't killed yourself. You're just trying to get the videos down. You say it like that. You say, you're not suicidal. You're just trying to get the videos down. Instead of, I am suicidal. And I'm trying to get the videos down. I'm two things. I'm suicidal and I'm trying to get the videos down. And they go, no, you're not, because you didn't kill yourself yet. But they look at it like it's been 2 years. Like they just look at you like a coal. But this is the video right here, people. They made one video 4 days ago. Thomas Larrabee, Francine Larrabee, Timmins, Ontario, look up my videos. We're both schizo, and we think Mr. T is after my son. Timmins, Ontario. From now on, I never want to call the police when we're suicidal. We're never going to call the police. We're never going to call the mental health crisis line. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to Google. We're going to reach out to YouTube. This is their service that we're using. Don't they review all these videos to make sure that people are safe? I just look at it like this. I look at it like this. If it was voices in my head, I'd go to the mental hospital. If it was voices in my head. But if it's videos on the internet, I will go to YouTube. I will go to the moderator. Who moderates this? I want to contact the person. I want to contact the person who moderates, who watches, to make sure that members, users are safe from harm. Now, I will show you the other video. I think this is the plan from now on. The whole goal of this YouTube account, this new YouTube account, is never contact the police when we're suicidal. Never contact the mental hospital when we're suicidal, or the crisis line. Because they're busy helping people with voices. And they can't help us with videos. So we go to YouTube. Because YouTube, it's their service. They moderate this. It's their job to moderate this to make sure that users are safe from harm. Terry Larrabee made this. My mom's older sister, Russell Larrabee. They both have the password, potentially. They thought that I would give a false confession similar to what that man did. The man that my mother spoke to, a man on the crisis line in Sudbury. My mom calls the hospital, calls the crisis line, speaks to a black man. My mom says that she can tell because of his voice. This man gave a false confession to my mom out of anger and said, come to Sudbury. Invited my mom to Sudbury. Okay, that's what they wanted me to do. That's what they wanted me to do.